Apocryphal, verisimilitude, blithe. These are the words I discuss in this video. I talk about their meanings and how to use them in sentences. All this and more coming up. Do keep watching. But first, if you haven't already, do subscribe to The English Nut on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Thank you. This is the favorite word of my viewer Reshmi Thampi, apocryphal. It means of dubious authenticity, spurious, but widely held to be true. Apocryphal stories are sometimes called urban legends. These are stories that are narrated as if they are true, but their authenticity cannot be verified. Apocryphal can also mean of doubtful authorship. The story is about the singer's private life, though quite possibly apocryphal, added to her mystique. Many of the statements that are attributed to Mark Twain are apocryphal. The apocryphal account of him saving a drowning man was repeated so many times it was accepted as the gospel truth. Although apocryphal, Queen Victoria supposedly said, "We are not amused," when an inappropriate joke was cracked in her presence. This is a favorite word of my viewer Utkarshini Reddy, verisimilitude. It is the quality of seeming true, the appearance of being real. It is the semblance of reality in a work of fiction. Borrowed from Latin verisimilitudo, it literally means similarity to the truth. Writers and filmmakers try to achieve a degree of verisimilitude in their works because the semblance of reality has the ability to engage the reader or viewer. It's not about portraying something that's actually true, but creating a fiction that is believable. It could be something uncommon as long as it seems probable. It's the detailing in a book, painting, or film that can create this verisimilitude. Having worked in the airline industry, she was able to bring verisimilitude to her novel about a commercial pilot. The superior graphics gave the video game a high degree of verisimilitude. Giving some imperfections to its characters lends verisimilitude to a story. Despite its multiracial cast, the Shakespeare production achieved verisimilitude. The way the painter rendered the eyes of his subjects gave his paintings verisimilitude. Georges Braque, the French Cubist painter, said, "Writing is not describing, painting is not depicting, verisimilitude is merely an illusion." It's interesting he said this because Cubism, the early 20th century art movement of which he was a part, was characterized by perspective that was not from a single viewpoint. Paintings were created by seeing the subject as a cluster of simple geometric shapes, a totally new approach to verisimilitude in art. Novels must have verisimilitude, and truth has little enough of that. This is a quote from Louis Auchincloss, American lawyer and novelist. He used his personal experiences to bring verisimilitude to his stories. What he is saying in this quote is that novels must have an appearance of reality, though truth itself sometimes doesn't. Perhaps it's another way of saying that facts can be stranger than fiction. This is a favorite word of my viewer Music Geek 68, blithe. It used to simply mean carefree and happy, describing someone with a light-hearted disposition, but it has come to refer to a casual indifference that is deemed callous or improper, meaning something that is done without serious or careful thought, particularly where one would have been expected to pay more attention. His driver has a blithe disregard for traffic rules. The actor's blithe unconcern for his critics' opinions endeared him to his fans. Her blithe indifference to her parents' scolding left them infuriated. Our blithe drift towards becoming a cashless society is not easy on those who are too poor to afford a smartphone. The following is the first verse of English romantic poet Percy Bysshe Shelley's poem To a Skylark. Hail to thee, blithe spirit, bird thou never wert, that from heaven or near it pourest thy full heart in profuse strains of unpremeditated art. The poet addresses the skylark, saying that it is a blithe spirit, that is, a light-hearted being, an almost heavenly one, rather than just a bird. He says that the skylark pours from its full heart music that is unpremeditated art. Unpremeditated means spontaneous. The poem, published in 1820, uses est, the Old English second-person singular indicative verb ending with the word pour, pour est. It also contains the word wert, which is the archaic form of were. Sadly, Shelley did not achieve fame in his lifetime, but after his death, the worth of his works was recognized and it influenced subsequent generations of poets. Blithe Spirit is the name of a comic play written by 20th century playwright, lyricist, actor and singer Noel Coward. Coward took the name from the first line of Shelley's poem To a Skylark. Apocryphal, verisimilitude, blithe. These are the words I discussed in this video. Let me know what you think of them. And if there are other words or topics you would like me to cover, do let me know in the comments section. I'm the English Nut. Bye for now.